Yo, what up, what up? Okay, so this is going to be a video about my revamped, updated, redone Blova Sorc, that is Blizzard Nova. It's a hybrid Sorc build. And just to go over the skills, you put 1 into warmth, obviously. Although some people don't do that. I think they're crazy not to. It's so useful. But what I do is I max Blizzard. I max Ice Blast. I tried it with Glacial Spike, and Glacial Spike just does... The damage is just so bad, and sometimes you really just kind of need to kill like one monster. And so, I mean, my Ice Blast is like almost 1.6k. When I maxed Glacial Spike, it got up to like 400 damage, which was like just crap. You know, you just can't kill anything. It's terrible. Then Lightning, max Nova, max Lightning Mastery, and then here's where you kind of have to make a decision. So the rest of your points I split between Telekinesis, because this is an energy shield build, even though I don't have points into it. I have a memory staff. So I have a memory staff for that. Because there's actually, you save points that way, because look at these, there's 4 skill points to save. So what I did is I got my Cold Mastery up to the point where it's negative 100 resistance. That's kind of arbitrary. I don't know, some people say you should go higher. I kept it there, so, and this way I put 5 points into Telekinesis. I would like more points in Telekinesis, and from now on when I level, and I should level this video, I hope. From now on when I level, I'm going to put points into Telekinesis. I'm done with Cold Mastery. And so, yeah, so the gear. So I made a previous video of this character, and I used to use Talrashas. I used a full Tal set, plus I used a Storm Shield, which unfortunately has my only fucking light facet that I don't know I've ever found. I don't know. I don't have another light facet. I don't know what else I used one for, but so yeah, but as I showed in my last video, I recently found a second Griffins. And so this build, the Blova Sorc build, I read a guide, and the guy made a pretty good argument that basically if you don't have a Griffins, you should use full Tals. I mean, I'm sure this build could work with other things like a Shaco or even a Nightwings, but Griffins is like the negative light resist is really goes a long way. It really goes a long way. So when you use full Tals, you get a negative light res bonus on your weapon, and so it's so that's the reason why if you don't have a Griffins, you should pretty much just go with a full Tals, because the negative light res is that important. I guess you could have like a bunch of light facets in some kind of way that'll make it work without a Griffins, but basically that's the deal. So here's my gear. Griffins, right? Super fucking dope. Other gear, Arachnid. I'm just gonna go over the things that make total sense first. Arachnid, obvious, and then I have this is pretty sick. Dual SOJ, and I have I have to tell you guys, these are the same graphic, but it's not a dupe. I did find 2 different Stone of Jordans. They happen to have the same graphic. One I found a long time ago, and this has been on my Summon Necro. And if you go on my Summon Necro video, this will be there. I forget which ring it is exactly. But then I found this one a while ago, and then I had it on my Pure Blizz Ancient Tunnels Sorc for a while, but I never really used it because I always have like Magic Find gear on. So I finally found a use for it. So yeah, 2 Stone of Jordans, the only 2 Stone of Jordans I've ever found. I happen to have 2. Okay? I use Trex. This is kind of questionable. The only other thing I would use is, I forget what it's called, but a Silk Weave or whatever. It's those boots, they have mana on kill. But I use Trex basically because they have stats, which is nice. They have poison resistance, which is nice. Although, how high is my poison? Oh, it's... And then they have faster hit recovery. So, yeah. So, yeah, that's why I use them. Frosties, you know, mana. I'll talk a little bit about that. The only other real possible use is like Mage Fist, but I'll talk about why I use Frostmines. Okay, so the shield. So you heard me mention I had. Oh yeah, I found a second Death Clip. Yeah, I've been actually making some pretty dope fucking finds on this character because I've been playing it a lot in this gear setup, and I found a fucking second Death Clip. Okay, so I used to have a Storm Shield. And I tried that on this build with the Griffins and the whatnot. But I realized I was just having a problem, which I didn't have the faster hit recovery. I was having a resistance problem, was the main thing. Plus, Storm Shield takes up a lot of strength. And I also get 50% block. So yeah. So the thing is, but what I really wanted the Storm Shield for was the damage reduction. But after playing it for a while, I realized that the vast majority of the damage I take is not physical damage. It's not, I rarely get hit by a melee attack. What I mostly get hit by is caster stuff. And so I was having a bit of a resistance problem using this. Even though I had another Storm Shield that had an in it, but I still had a pretty tough resistance problem. So I went with Sanctuary, and this solved just a lot of my problems. Totally, my resistances are actually really good now. So I have basically almost pure perfect res, and I have 20 faster hit recovery. So along with the I have four faster hit recovery charms in here. There it is. So that gives me to a 60% FHR breakpoint. This also has magic damage reduced, which is good. It's got block, it's got dex to help with block, it's the defense against missile. So, yeah, Sanctuary, although I did want the damage reduction from Storm Shield, Sanctuary just solves so many problems. In addition, it has less strength, so you get to have more points in energy. So it was just solved too many problems to pass up. Okay, so so my weapon, I'm using a Hodo, and my armor is an Ormus, a 3 Blizzard, 15% cold damage Ormus. So what's really cool, so I use the Hodo, so I have the 105 FCR breakpoint, and it's awesome because I hit it exactly. I have 40 from this, 25, 20, 20. Probably a better armor would be Chains of Honor. That probably would be better, but I just don't have a burr for it right now, and so I just don't have the runes to make another Chains of Honor. And plus, I thought this was like really cool, and I wanted to use it. So the only other setup that I've considered is I do have a Death's Fathom. It's amazing how much fucking awesome gear I have. Oh, I wasted so much of my life. Okay, so I did consider this setup, and you get quite a bit more blizzard damage this way, but the mana is a lot less. You lose quite a bit of mana, like 500 mana. And your resistances are also not quite as good. They're still up there. It's probably still fine. But honestly, losing the mana regen does not make up for all the mana I lost, I found. And so, this setup is just a little more defensive, and I was really more lacking on the defense than the offense. And just Heart of the Oak is just super good. It has the 40 cast rate, all skills, replenish life 20. That's actually pretty fucking good. Increase maximum mana. Yeah. And so right now I have perfect skulls in my helm and armor. Those are kind of placeholders, although they actually are really good because I don't have a lot of mana regen. Ormus is the only thing that actually has mana regen. So now I got my mana, and of course I have the skill Warmth, but the thing about this build is it uses up so much fucking mana. Your main skills, Blizzard 54 mana, Nova 46 mana, and also your mana is like kind of your health, because when you get hit, that also takes from your mana. So, oh, perfect mirrors. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This has quickly become like my most perfectly geared character. Like, I had all this shit like lying around on different characters, and this Griffin's allowed me to like pull it all together, and like, yeah, pretty fucking awesome. So yeah, this has like become one of my great characters all of a sudden. I mean, I've been playing it for like, I've been playing it today, and it's pretty good. So I have a memory stick. I've had this for like so long. So long I've had this. I forget when I found it, but I think I just found like a 4-socketed staff that had like a coupled energy shield, so I made a memory staff a long time ago. And so yeah, this is good. I also have a couple wands that have like +5 to energy shield. Like, those are good. I do like this though because it happens to have chilling armor as well. So I cast chilling armor with it. So that way it saves me a point in that as well, which is pretty awesome. So, so yeah, I'm pretty lucky to have that. And so yeah, that's the build. I've been playing it a lot. I've found some pretty dope finds. I found a Death Cleaver. I found an Andy's Head. I found a Low Rune, and I found a Eagle Horn, which is kind of shitty, I guess. But yeah. And so yeah, let's get into some gameplay. So it's a pretty cool fucking build, honestly. It's the best. It's probably the best like Sorc build, best hybrid Sorc build that I've ever experienced. I think I said in my previous video, I tried to make a Meteor Sorc once, and I found it to be so weak and shitty. I really honestly, I was surprised at how bad it was, because I'd always heard about that build, and I really like could not make it work. I don't know. I've also had thoughts that maybe one day I'd want to do some kind of a fire lightning Sorc hybrid, because all the Sorc hybrids use cold. Oh, these guys are letting me. You know, it's either fire cold or light cold. But I think it'd be cool to do something that was fire light. Although it's kind of like, what's the point? They're a little bit, how you say, too similar or something. The cold is what makes it work. Because cold has such inherent defensive value, so it's. Yeah, so I do run out of mana, and I do have to use mana potions, like, a fair bit. Whoa. And sometimes I have to use full rejuve. Oh, yeah. Occasionally you do get a dual light and cold res. So you just let your Merc take care of it. It doesn't really happen that often. And so, one thing I like about this build is you can get pretty close. I mean, you kind of have to with Nova. But yeah, I like to play Sorc builds like a little more aggressively. Personally, I like defensive Sorc builds, so you can kind of get into it a little bit. I don't really like you know, casting spells from a screen and a half away, and you never really see anything. It's just boring. So yeah, you're getting a sense of how the gameplay goes here with this build. One sec. But it's like pretty fucking effective. My stats: 1.5k, 3.1k Blizzard, 1.7k Nova. And you'll see it works pretty good. You know, it's not like 3.1k Blizzard, like that's not very high, is it? But you know, Blizzard is a powerful skill, so it works pretty good. So yeah, so basically what you do is you throw down blizzards, right? And I mean, it really depends how you handle every individual situation. Kind of depends on the layout and the kind of monsters you're dealing with. But in general, what you want to do is you lay down some blizzards, and you get pretty close. So you throw some static fields, and then you switch to your Nova. And ideally, you have it so you kind of have a blizzard going all the time, and certain guys, like these guys, I'm not gonna fuck with these guys and try to Nova them because they do a lot of damage. So I'll just let them walk through a blizzard and just die. You know, it's easy enough. Easy enough, right? Yeah. So fuck that. But maybe I'll do a cow run after that. And you'll get a sense. You really see the beauty of this build when you do a cow run. Yeah, only at 400 life. But yeah, you can handle the whole game pretty much. And by the way, if you go back and you look at my the full towers, you can make this. It's a good build at all levels of gear. I feel like you really can make it work very well with a full tile set build. And I had this, this character had full tiles on. Wow, I didn't level until a couple of hours ago. Or actually, I did most of it yesterday. Yeah, I'll show you Calvin. So I think eventually, I might, if I were to like really go all the way with this build, like make it as good as it could be. I think I would eventually hope to. Oh my god, I have too many good things. I actually found this low rune like 20 minutes ago. I was just like wandering around and I got it from like a random fucking drop off Act 1. So I think eventually I would put like facets in both the Griffins and the Ormus and get a CTA on Switch. And so I would use the memory and then I would switch it out for a CTA. Yeah. So you can kind of just stand here and let them come to you. And then Nova. So you can play pretty close to the edge with this. Especially in a cow run, if there's a bunch of different monsters that have and some of them have immunities and some of them don't, then it's a pain in the ass and you have to play it more from a distance. But in cows, none of the monsters are immune to you, so it's just like you could really use the full power of having the Blizzard and Nova going at the same time. Yeah, Nova is like actually pretty good. I thought Nova was one of those things that was just like once you got to a certain point in the game, it just like can no longer be good. But it's actually can still be pretty fucking effective. The great thing about Nova is it has a stun effect. And as you can see, it does a pretty good job of AoE. The range is actually not. I gotta avoid The Cow King is always way on the edge in this map, so I gotta avoid that area. He's not like in the middle of this thing, he's always like outside it. I almost killed him an hour ago. But yeah, check this out. Yeah, I could definitely feel the two perfect skulls in there definitely make a difference. I was doing runs without them for a while because I didn't have them and I had to find them. But yeah, they're pretty fucking dope build. Oh fuck. Yeah. Yeah, don't. Yeah. Sometimes I get too close. I have died a few times, actually. Mostly from just being stupid. And you get hit, and you're just like, oh, bing, bong, bong. And, yeah, you can get fucked. Yeah, I hope if I were to get a CTA that I wouldn't have to use any mana potions. I kind of, when I build a character, I really try to make it, you know, self-sustainable without the use of potions. These guys are super annoying. God, my Merc is getting fucked. I'm just trying to go through this fast. Just trying to level. Oh, there you go. Man, sometimes just one monster can cause you all sorts of trouble. Oh wow, there's a lot of elites packed in there, actually. Oh my god. Alright, kill this one guy. Kill this fucking guy right here. Now kill this guy. Kill this guy. Holy crap. See that? Yeah, so it uses up a lot of mana, especially these fucking guys steal your mana. So, yeah, still pretty reliant on mana potions. And the occasional rejuvenation. Let's just keep it going. Hey, we're leveled. Okay. I'm gonna make this too long. See if I can. Whoa! See if I can do this without dying. Did I get? What's his name? I think I got him. Oh, fuck. No, I got my Merc. Oh, of course he's fucking immune to cold. I need my Merc. It's a pain in the ass without my Merc. There we go. Yep. So, pretty easy. Pretty easy. These guys are all cold immune. Oh my god, fucking archers. Yeah, it's really the ranged. Can I do it? Can I do it? Let's go. Woo! Yeah, so that's how it works. Put it all in the energy. Telekinesis. And, yeah. Stronger than ever. So that's the Blova Sorc. And, pretty dope. I wonder, so maybe if I got a CTA and then put facets in here, maybe the increase in mana from the CTA would allow me to use Mage Fist and then Deaths. Maybe that would be like the final stage of this build, but right now, this is what it is, and it's working out pretty fucking good. So, yeah, that's the build. I'm going to have a couple more videos coming up. I'm starting a new project. I'm starting like a hardcore Frost Zealer thing. So, yeah, so that's coming up, and I'll catch you guys later.